Welcome to the 12th edition of the Australian and New Zealand harness racing year. A season which saw champion New South Wales horseman Brian Hancock dominate the Grand Circuit scene. Hancock trained the winners of 6 legs of the 14 race series, 5 of them with Australian Horse of the Year, our Hur Final. He also won another Grand Circuit leg, the time-honoured A.G. Hunter Cup with Treuer Fluke, prepared by Justin Warwick, the rising star in Australian harness racing training ranks. On the 3-year-old scene, the New Zealander Holmes DG made a habit of winning derbies on both sides of the Tasman. Tailor-Made Lombo knocked up winning classic races for fillies, as well as beating the Colts in the Australian Derby, while Undercover Lover won classic races in 2 countries before embarking on a successful campaign in Canada and the US. We also saw many highly promising juveniles, like Shaker Maker, Flubber, Luke of Earl, Gold Rainbow and Lombo Rapider, while over in New Zealand the Kiwis were in raptures about the performances of the unbeaten Courage Under Fire. On the trotting scene, brilliant New Zealand 3-year-old filly Solar Fire was unbeaten in 5 Australian starts, while established stars like Night Pistol, Noopy Kiosk, National Interest, Pride of Petite, Buster Hanover and the exciting mare Merenai continued to rack up the wins. All in all, it was another exciting year for harness racing in Australia and New Zealand. Brisbane staged the first leg of the 1997-98 Australasian Grand Circuit, the $100,000 Queensland Pacing Championship at Albion Park on the first night of November 1997. Our Hur Final, the reigning Grand Circuit and Inter-Dominion champion, was expected to make short work of the Group 1 event, but things did not pan out as expected. In fact, our Hur Final was rolled as a prohibitive 3-1 on favourite, and Brian Hancock was subsequently suspended for 6 weeks after what he described as the worst drive in history. In one of the biggest upsets in Grand Circuit history, the 33-1 outsider Peter Santos held off the fast-finishing our Hur Final and another local hope, Son of Pearl. Driven by his part owner and trainer Neil Coy, Peter Santos rated 158.4 for the 2100 metre trip to stretch his career earnings to $102,000.
First quarter of the last mile was in 29.7. It's no place for the faint-hearted. The speed is right on. Son of Pearl in front. Rasmussen has a peep around to the right. I know what he's looking for. He's 4th last, Vic. That's our Hur Final. But meanwhile, it's Son of Pearl in front. 3/4 to Mandeville, forced to do all of the work. Pulaski is 3rd. In behind the leader. Go Grant 1-1. Peter Santos was 5th. The rail. The right place 6th. He's 1 out and 2 back on the outside of Speedy Lord. Then came Ship's Fire, followed by Magic Bubble. Our Hur Final is giving Son of Pearl the best part of 8-length start. Then came Redcliffe Feller and Bannerman was last. Next quarter they backed off to 32.4. The half paced in 62.1. Down the back straight, Son of Pearl had a mid-race breather. He's travelling well. 3/4 to Mandeville. Pulaski under lock and key. Then came Go Grant, followed by Peter Santos. The right place reined up. Further back in the field, Speedy Lord, and then came Ship's Fire. Our Hur Final still a long way off them. There was trouble there. Go Grant galloped. Our Hur Final just missed it. Then Redcliffe Feller and Bannerman. Son of Pearl went off the back in 30.3. Our Hur Final is a mile off them. Son of Pearl in front. Peter Santos hooked to the outside. Then Pulaski. Here comes the fave. Our Hur Final, but he's still 3 away from the leaders. Son of Pearl in front. Peter Santos on the outside. Our Hur Final. I don't think he'll reach them. Peter Santos and Neil Coy. Son of Pearl fights on. Peter Santos. It's an upset, but it's a Queensland victory. Peter Santos has won from either Hur Final or Son of Pearl, I'm not sure. Pulaski just behind them, then Ship's Fire.
The Grand Circuit spotlight then switched across the Tasman for the $350,000 DB Draft New Zealand Cup at Addington in Christchurch on the 11th of November. Things worked out much better for punters on this occasion, however, when the short-priced favourite, Heracles, fought on like a caged lion to grab the first prize of $210,000. After being headed by the 80-1 chance Smooth Dominion only 50 metres from the line. Driven desperately by Ricky May, the Robert Cameron-trained 5-year-old clawed his way back to win by half a head, with Australian pacer Sovereign Hill 3rd.
Smooth Dominion getting a nice trip, followed by Brabham, 3 back the markers. Sharp and Telford's beside it, then Bradshaw. Next to the markers and the insiders, Anvil Vance, followed by Sovereign Hill. Out Master Musician, here's Heracles on the move, and the big fellow is coming forward rather quickly, doesn't want to be left for the last sprint, so he's being handy with just over a lap to go. Hoppy's Jet is second to last, and Tyler Folden's out the back. So as they travel down the straight, and Franco the leader, and Gerard O'Reilly has a quiet look over his shoulder, notices as Rick May has Heracles nice and handy, smooth them in the trail. The quarter and 31.5. Past the pack pavilion they go, and the leader as they go to the back is Anne Franco. From Smooth Dominion, Heracles followed by Brabham, 1,000 to run. Sharp and Telford's on the back of Heracles now. Anvil Vance and Bradshaw hasn't moved a muscle yet, followed by Sovereign Hill, Master Musician, Anvil Stars tucked away. After that then is Hoppy's Jet and Tyler Folden, 800 metres to run. Inside the half and 60.3. Anne Franco charging up now, she goes down the back. It's Anne Franco and this intrepid female pacer in front by a length. From Heracles sitting in the breeze, Smooth Dominion's had a good trip. Sharp and Telford following Heracles every tick of the clock is followed back on the inside by Anvil Vance. Then came Bradshaw, Sovereign Hill back on the inside, followed by Master Musician, Anvil Star, Hoppy's Jet. Dropping away is Tyler Folden, and also giving up is Anvil Vance. They swing the corner. Round the turn they come, and as they swing the corner, it's Anne Franco. Now, here's Heracles out to challenge, and he zooms to the lead. Heracles has hit the front as they race down with 150 to go. Smooth Dominion's running on well. Further out on the track to Brabham and Bradshaw. Heracles, Smooth Dominion, maybe the boil over. Smooth Dominion, Heracles fighting back. He's a mega star. Heracles has fought back. He's won the cup. Has beaten Smooth Dominion. Then we've got Sovereign Hill powering home on the outside, Anvil Vance, and then Brabham in amongst them.
After his game third in the New Zealand Cup, Sovereign Hill had his moment of Grand Circuit glory when he won the Bill Wise Memorial Australian Pacing Championship at Newcastle on the 22nd of November. The scene was set for a great race after Quantum Lobel posted an Australian record 153.1 in the Tui's Invitation Mile at Newcastle a week earlier. Sovereign Hill provided his trainer-driver Darren Hancock and owner Carlo La Rosa with their biggest thrill in the sport when he outfinished Quantum Lobel and Son of Pearl to win by a neck. He rated 158.8 for the 2,550 metres, slicing 1.3 seconds off the track record, held previously by Insacha. But Connections had some anxious moments until a protest, lodged on behalf of Son of Pearl, was dismissed.
As they run towards the judge to get the bell and the leader, one-way traffic. The Western Australian moves up on his outside. Allwood's Chief, our big Monty, third on the rail. Son of Pearl's now got cover. Roscoe Robust next around the outside of Late Bid. Quantum Lobel was further back, followed by Sovereign Hill, Masterclass. Then came Rainbow Night. Our Sir Vancelot was second last, and Commander Monty back down at the tail. 29.7 the second quarter, and one-way traffic goes to the back straight. He leads by a head on Allwood's Chief. They're followed by Son of Pearl. Over on the inside then was our big Monty. Quantum Lobel is coming three wide. Roscoe Robust is in the middle. Late Bid's over on the fence. They're followed by Sovereign Hill. Rainbow Night is further back from Masterclass, Commander Monty. And our Sir Vancelot is last of all. They've got 400 left to go. They've gone up the back in 29.2 in the Bill Wise Memorial Australian Pacing Championship. And Allwood's Chief, the Western Australian, has gone to the lead. After him on the outside, Quantum Lobel. They're followed by, in the next one, Son of Pearl, Sovereign Hill. Further back then was one-way traffic, and our Sir Vancelot is coming down the outside. Quantum Lobel has gone to the lead from Allwood's Chief, but Sovereign Hill's the danger on the outside. That's Sovereign Hill coming out after Quantum Lobel. Allwood's Chief won't go away, but it's Sovereign Hill's Australian Pacing Championship. Sovereign Hill has beaten Quantum Lobel. Allwood's Chief is third, followed in by Son of Pearl. Then came our Sir Vancelot.
Long regarded as Australia's most controversial pacing event, the Miracle Mile at Harold Park on the 5th of December certainly lived up to its reputation. Stewards dropped the first bombshell when they ordered the scratching of Boom Kiwi 3-year-old Christian Cullen after a pre-race swab revealed traces of the banned substance heptaminol. Still suspended from driving after his Albion Park effort a month earlier, Brian Hancock watched from the sidelines as Howard James piloted our Sir Vancelot to victory over Quantum Lobel and Heracles. Our Sir Vancelot rated 155.5 to give Howard James his second major win for the Hancock stables. James also won the 1990 Inter-Dominion final at Globe Derby behind Thorate.
Down the back they go, and the leader here is Quantum Lobel. His stablemate, Our Sir Vancelot, is putting pressure to Quantum Lobel, and Mark Tracy will hand up to Howard James on Our Sir Vancelot, and Our Sir Vancelot rolls to the lead. The lead time was 9.4. Quantum Lobel now second. Third is Sovereign Hill over on the inside of Heracles. He's parked without cover. He's the only horse away from the pegs. And last of all is Commander Monty, who's about to ease to the outside. The leader is Our Sir Vancelot. The first quarter, 28.3. They've got 1,000 metres to go in the Aristocrat Miracle Mile of 1997. And it's Our Sir Vancelot from his stablemate Quantum Lobel. Heracles, he's going to have to really stand up in this Miracle Mile. He's doing it hard without cover. One out, one back, Commander Monty where he likes it. And last of all is Sovereign Hill with his mouth agape. He's starting to pull hard. Next quarter, 30.5. 58.8 the first half. It's not quick for this standard of horse. And it's Our Sir Vancelot, 3 metres to Heracles. May starting to edge him along. Third on the inside, Quantum Lobel. Commander Monty yet to go, and Sovereign Hill still last on the inside. Halfway along the back, Our Sir Vancelot on a loose rein, running flat out. 4 metres to Heracles, who's under a little bit of pressure. Quantum Lobel needs a run. Commander Monty, he's travelling well on the pace, Commander Monty. And last, Sovereign Hill, next quarter, 29.6 at the 300. Our Sir Vancelot, 3 metres to Heracles. The Kiwi starting to stretch out, but Our Sir Vancelot still going well. No run for Quantum Lobel. Sovereign Hill pushing out inside Commander Monty. They're locking wheels, many chances. Our Sir Vancelot kick though from Quantum Lobel. Down the outside, running on fairly is Commander Monty, but it's Our Sir Vancelot. Our Sir Vancelot wins, and it's a Brian Hancock training Quinella. Our Sir Vancelot beat Quantum Lobel and Heracles third. Then Sovereign Hill and Commander Monty's run last. The final quarter, 28.3. They rated 150.
A week later, leading Perth trainer Justin Warwick went close to providing the first 3 place getters in the $100,000 Fremantle Pacing Cup at Gloucester Park. Warwick sent out 3 horses in the Group 1 event, Have a Go, Sir Clement and Treuer Memorial, and they finished 1st, 2nd and 4th respectively. Lindsay Harper took the reins behind Have a Go, who came off 10 metres to beat Sir Clement and Nebulizer, with Warwick 4th on the 5-4 favourite Treuer Memorial. Have a Go rated 2 minutes .7 for the 2,900 metres standing start event, with a final 800 metres in 57.9 seconds. But injury restricted the son of Holmes Hanover to only 6 starts for the season. He won 4 races and just over $112,000.
At the 1200 now, first quarter of the last mile in 28.9. The sparks are flying a long way from home. It's Nebulizer a half length on Treuer Memorial, who let go with a blistering burst of speed to move to second. On the fence is Trunky Zoom, now Selector with a trail. Back on the inside to Sir Clement, followed in the moving line next. Racing in the 6th position, then Have a Go. Shattering Class on the inside of Summer Night, then Scarnio, Western Gentleman. Well back to Super Strike. No movers yet from Lewis, from Socket to Me, not today. And a bit rich, oh gee, 29.6 that quarter, the half in 58.5. In the middle of a Fremantle Cup, that is sensational. Nebulizer heads into the final circuit, a length on Treuer Memorial, about to be called upon. Now right around the outside, Harper's off on Have a Go. He's unleashing a devastating burst. He's going better than the stablemate. It's Have a Go tackling Nebulizer as they race to the 400. Treuer Memorial looks gone. On the fence, Trunky Zoom, wider out Selector. And they're followed by Summer Night and Shattering Class, 29.3 that quarter. But it's LB Harper bursting away on Have a Go as they come to the corner. Have a Go put 4 lengths on Nebulizer. Treuer Memorial trying to lift under pressure. Then Trunky Zoom. And down the outside is Sir Clement, but Have a Go showing no signs of stopping, and the Fremantle Cup is all over. Have a Go wins by 3 lengths for Harper. Second, Sir Clement stormed home. Nebulizer third. Treuer Memorial ran 4th. It was almost the JT Warwick trifecta.
Our Sir Vancelot became a millionaire when he completely outclassed his rivals in the $200,000 MH Treuer Memorial at Bankstown on the 13th of December. With Howard James in charge of the reins once again, Our Sir Vancelot headed off newsbreakers soon after the start, and the son of Vance Hanover was always in control. He cruised to a 6-metre victory over Son of Pearl and Sovereign Hill, rating 2-2 for the 2,540 metres, to become the first dual winner of the Group 1 event.
Out of the back now, the bell coming up now, and it's our Savancelot, the leader. He's a length to Son of Pearl, Newsbreaker on the back of the leader. Island Glow 3 back on the inside, and a change of racing tactics for him tonight. He's locked up 3 back on the inside of Rainbow Night. Holy Chip in the running line around Kybeen Striker, then Kirabel, Sovereign Hill, and Quantum Lobel last starting a move 3 wide, trying to flush something out in front of him as he makes a move from the rear, but it's our Savancelot, the one to beat as they come down to the bell and down to the judge. Our Savancelot a length in front of Son of Pearl and Newsbreaker, then Rainbow Night, Island Glow, Holy Chip, Kybeen Striker getting away from the rail, Kira Bell going up on his inside, then Quantum Lobel and Sovereign Hill is last of all, but into the back, 600 to go, and it's our Savancelot, the leader. He's a length to Son of Pearl and Newsbreaker. Here's Holy Chip now taking off, Rainbow Night going with it, then Island Glow, Quantum Lobel getting onto the back of Holy Chip, and then Kybeen Striker, Sovereign Hill and Kira Bell. Our Savancelot at the 400, he's sprinting now, he's looking at $1 million in stakes money if he can get home. Here's Holy Chip now, he's moved up into second, Quantum Lobel still running on from the tail of the field, and then Son of Pearl battling away on the rail, and Rainbow Night is next, but the champ headed up in front. Our Savancelot, catch me if you can, he's shot away from Holy Chip, Quantum Lobel on the outside, and then Son of Pearl, but it's all our Savancelot. He's well clear. It's 2 Treuer Memorials and just about everything else for our Savancelot. He's killed them again. Our Savancelot first tight for minors, 5 of them in line. Sovereign Hill and Son of Pearl battle back on the fence, the main 2. Holy Chip, Rainbow Night and Quantum Lobel are all there in the photo. A great
At the end of the month, the Grand Circuit headed across the Tasman once again for the $250,000 Auckland Trotting Cup at Alexandra Park on New Year's Eve. Kate's First became the first 4-year-old mare to win the North Island's premier pacing event when she turned in an unbelievable performance to take out the Group 1 race. Losing at least 30 metres when she broke at the start, the mare was still last of the 14 runners with 600 metres to travel. But Peter Ferguson found an inside passage in the straight, and Kate's First surged home to win by a head from Brabham and Happy Asset. A half-sister to Christian Cullen, Kate's First set a national mares record by rating 2:1.2 for the 2-mile trip.
They went through the quarter in 31.2. They get the bell in the cup. Esprit Turbo by 3/4 now to talk about Ronda. On the inside, Brent Borkowski with Silk Brocade. In the 1-1 is Agua Caliente going a big race there. Followed on the outside, Franco Hat-Trick being sent forward by Barry Purdon. Anvil Star is going with it. There followed Brocketts Bray and Sam Malone, Happy Asset. Favourite Anvil Vance has got back on the inside of Brabham, who's third last, second last, Kate's First and Whitecliff Whistler. The half in 62. Down the back they go. They're 650 out. Franco Hat-Trick has gone up to take the lead narrowly from Talk About Ronda. Anvil Star down on the inside, Esprit Turbo. There followed Brocketts Bray. Agua Caliente can't go with the pace at the moment. Out wide of Brabham, Sam Malone. Down on the inside is Esprit Turbo. Anvil Vance is looking to make ground around them, but Franco Hat-Trick and Anvil Star, they lead the cup field towards the corner by 2 to Brocketts Bray. Brabham's a big danger out wide as they swing in. Franco Hat-Trick now from Anvil Star. Brabham starting to hit top gear. Down the outside to Anvil Vance. They're across the track. Brabham, Anvil Star, Anvil Vance, Franco Hat-Trick on the outside. Anvil Vance the favourite. Brabham, Happy Asset flashing home, and Kate's First on the inside. Brabham in the centre. Kate's First. Brabham in a very tight photo. Photos over the outside. Then we've got Anvil Vance and Happy Asset with Anvil Star, then Brocketts Bray.
With our Savancelot being saved for other rich purses later in the month, Brian Hancock sent Mark Tracy and Quantum Lobel south for the $100,000 Tasmanian Pacing Championship in Hobart on the 3rd of January. Starting from the second row, Tracy had Quantum Lobel perfectly positioned, 1 out, 2 back soon after the start. But when the pace slackened, he slipped around the field to assume control in front. Kicking clear at the top of the straight, Quantum Lobel held off the consistent Sovereign Hill and Local Hope Wynyard's Gold to win by 2 metres. Quantum Lobel rated 158.7 for the 2,360 metre trip, only 0.2 of a second outside the track record set by the Suleiman a year earlier.
Lucky Lady now, Northern Brewer takes off. Round the outside it goes, followed by Concord Lombo. Then came Sovereign Hill and Genghis Carrelta as last. They've got 900 metres to go as they make the run around the turn. Quantum Lobel in the lead. A sulky's length away. In second place was Pinball Machine, followed by Camwood Kango. Northern Brewers out deep. Winwood Gold over on the fence. Then came Sovereign Hill up to the post. Challenges all over the place now. Quantum Lobel in the lead. Northern Brewer in second place. Sovereign Hill goes out 3 wide and goes up to challenge 2. Pinball Machine's on the leaders, back on the rails. Then came Winwood Gold. Camwood Kango's had enough. Jack Boyer is next, followed wide on the track by Genghis Corelda, Strezlecki Lady and Concord Lumbo. Down the back straight they go towards the 500. Quantum Lobel tackled by Northern Brewer on the outside. Sovereign Hill is looming up too. They were followed by Winwood Gold. Pinball Machines had enough, and then came Jack Boyer. But off the back and Quantum Lobel, I don't know if it's kidding to them, but it's a sulky's length in front and going easily. In second place on the outside, Sovereign Hill. Northern Brewer can't go on with it, followed further back to Pinball Machine. It's up and down on the one spot, but Quantum Lobel rounds the corner and looks to have it pretty well sewn up. Sovereign Hill in second place, then Northern Brewer, followed by Winwood Gold, but it's Quantum Lobel in front, halfway down the straight. Sovereign Hill trying, but Quantum Lobel too good, goes on to win it by about 1.5 metres. Sovereign Hill second, third home Winwood Gold, followed by Jack
Brian
Boyer.
Hancock was still on the sidelines, this time with a broken wrist, courtesy of a bull-eye race fall, when Mark Tracy steered Our Sir Vancelot to victory in the $100,000 South Australian Cup at Globe Derby Park a week later. Bookmakers took risks with the Vance Hanover stallion when he drew gate 6, the outside of the front row, sending him out at the luxury quote of even money. They paid dearly for their folly, however, when the much maligned Mark Tracy silenced his harshest critics with a superb display of reinsmanship to guide the super pacer to victory.
Our Sir Vancelot leads into the straight for the Siren. Sovereign Hill is outside. Behind the leader, Captain Rufus. In the 1-1, keep it up. And they are running a long way from home. It will be survival of the toughest here. Dusty Dollar 3 back the inside off Keep It Up. Next on the inside as they turn out of the home straight now was Rainbow Knight. Around it, Marky Kinley. He's on the back of Franco Eagle, who's on the back of Keep It Up. Then Carville's Choice. She's back third last. Second last, Outer Limits. Last of all, Il Rapido. Second quarter, 29.5. As they go down the back at the 550, Our Sir Vancelot, a metre in front of Sovereign Hill. Third, Captain Rufus on the inside of Keep It Up. Next the inside was Dusty Dollar. Around it, Franco Eagle. Rainbow Knight with nowhere to go. Then Marky Kinley, Carville's Choice, El Rapido. Outer Limits last of all at the 300. Our Sir Vancelot still 2 metres in front. On the outside, Sovereign Hill. No run for Captain Rufus. Keep It Up coming out 3 deep. Then Dusty Dollar. Rainbow Knight running on from a long way back, but he went for home on Our Sir Vancelot Tracy. He kicked 5 metres in front, the champ. He's home again. Our Sir Vancelot. Rainbow Knight out wide, Captain Rufus the inside, then Sovereign Hill, but Our Sir Vancelot, what a great horse he is. Our Sir Vancelot, he's a wonderful pacer. He beats Rainbow Knight and third, Captain Rufus. Keep It Up's run the race.
Mark Tracy completed a Grand Circuit hat-trick a week later when Our Sir Vancelot broke the long-standing Australian record for 2,500 metres when he rated 157.3 to win the WA Pacing Cup at Gloucester Park. The old mark of 157.5 was set by Sinbad Bay in the 1989 Golden Nugget Championship, and many people thought that time would never be lowered. In notching his 4th Grand Circuit win for the season and the 7th of his career, Our Sir Vancelot took his stake earnings to $1,310,000, but there was still considerably more to come before the end of the season.
With 900 to run in the Pacing Cup final, and Our Sir Vancelot for Mark Tracy is doing it well. He brings them down the straight, leading by 1.5 lengths. On the outside, second, Quantum Lobel. On the fence, Nebulizer. Have a go, strides up 3 wide around Salinger, and Super Strike is imprisoned. Now Woolward's Chief gets into the 3 deep line, and then Lord Mark's Treuer Fluke out wide from Flashing Star Tabaret Scarnio. That quarter in 30, the half 60.6, Our Sir Vancelot. At the Birdcage corner, 600 to run. He's full of running. He's 1.5 lengths. Nebulizer, Quantum Lobel under pressure. Now Have a Go called upon. Justin Warwick sneaking Allwood's Chief into the race. He's starting to come home well. And then Super Strike followed by Treuer Fluke Salinger. Nothing else a chance down the back in 28.8. The leader, Our Sir Vancelot at the 300. 1 length away, Have a Go. Allward's Chief out 3 wide. He starts to hit top gear now. Nebulizer can't get out, and then Super Strike to the outside. Around the turn, our Savancelot a commanding leader. Allward's Chief down the outside from Have a Go Nebulizer, but it's our Savancelot in front. Nebulizer getting out is flying. Nebulizer comes at our Savancelot. I don't think he made it. I think our Savancelot's wanted a nose to Nebulizer. Gee, I'm not sure though. It's real close. Third's close as well. Have a go there with Allward's Chief and Tabaret late.
Suspension and injury problems out of the way, Brian Hancock renewed his association with our Savancelot in the $250,000 Victoria Cup at Moonee Valley on the 7th of February. The Hancock stable had picked up 5 Grand Circuit races during the season, and although Hancock was still a maiden in Victorian Grand Circuit races, he looked certain to break his duck when our Savancelot came up with gate 3. It was not to be, however. Run in driving rain and favoured at 2-1 on, our Savancelot was grabbed right on the line and went down by a half a head to the 20-1 outsider Brabham, who was driven a treat by Tony Hurley. 32.2 the first quarter of the last mile on a wet track. Down the straight in the Healthy Diet Tried Victoria Cup of 1998 and in pouring rain. Salinger led 2 metres. Running second was our Savancelot. Happy Asset third the inside. Now Late Bid 3 wide pulled up on the outside to go around Sam Malone. Out there 4 deep goes Sovereign Hill out of the straight. Happy Asset still the leaders back. Sam Malone the centre. Anvil Star 3 out. Then Allward's Chief, Quantum Lobel went off the fence from Brabham, Rainbow Night and Captain Rufus last. The second quarter in 33 seconds. And Salinger, the West Australian 4-year-old, can he keep going? He led by a metre to the favourite, our Savancelot. Late Bids 3 wide, 4 wide Sovereign Hill. Happy Asset, the leaders back. And they were followed by Sam Malone between runners. Next Allward's Chief, but it's 3 back the inside of Quantum Lobel, Brabham, Rainbow Night and Captain Rufus. Our Savancelot hit the front, the favourite off the back. Third quarter in 28.2. And our Savancelot got a metre clear. Salinger can do no more. Late Bid whacking away. Sam Malone battling on, but he goes for home now, our Savancelot. And he got away. Brabham starting to wind up wide. Then Anvil Star, but it's our Savancelot going for home. Brabham's going to be the threat though. He is finishing like a shot out of a gun. Our Savancelot in front. Brabham's nearly got him. Our Savancelot and Brabham a great go. Our Savancelot, Brabham got him. Brabham won the cup. Brabham has won it from barrier 8 and beaten our Savancelot. Third's close. Captain Rufus and Rainbow Night, there's nothing in it. Brian Hancock makes no secret of his dislike for standing start races, so it hardly came as a surprise when he elected not to start our Savancelot or Quantum Lobel in the $400,000 AG Hunter Cup at Moonee Valley a fortnight later. In a touch of supreme irony, however, Hancock became the most successful reinsman in Grand Circuit history when he claimed the Group 1 race on the Justin Warwick trained Treuer Fluke. Off 10 metres and unwanted at 12-1, Hancock brought Treuer Fluke down the outside with a well-timed run to beat Sovereign Hill and Anvil Vance, rating 22.5 for the marathon 3,280 metre journey. Although it was his first Grand Circuit success in Melbourne, it took his career tally to 13, one more than the record he previously shared with Vic Frost. The first quarter of the last mile in 30.2, and the leader is Captain Rufus. He's clear by 1.5 metres. Running second was Allward's Chief. Third on the inside is Adio Routine. 1-1 Smooth Dominion. Happy Asset is 3 back the rails. Around it Anvil Star, 3 wide. And going forward was Rainbow Night. Going around the outside of Newsbreaker. 4 back the inside was Treuer Fluke. Now Late Bid 3 wide on the back of Rainbow Night. Anvil Vance is 3 wide but 3 back around Nebulizer and Sovereign Hill, and 15 metres away Sam Malone. Second quarter in 31.2. Captain Rufus into the back is the leader by 1.5 metres. 2 Allward's Chief. Third on the inside Adio Routine. Smooth Dominion was 4th. And then Happy Asset on the inside of Anvil Star. 3 wide Rainbow Night. Just shaken up. On its back was Late Bid around Newsbreaker. Then Treuer Fluke, Anvil Vance, Sovereign Hill and Nebulizer. Allward's Chief having a crack and hit the front. He goes to Captain Rufus at the 450 and Allward's Chief drew 2 metres clear of Captain Rufus. Getting out Adio Routine. Here's Happy Asset with a run. Treuer Fluke trying to get out and Sovereign Hill taking the shortcut. 28.8 off the back. Allward's Chief the leader. Captain Rufus trying to rally. Here's Happy Asset running on. Then came behind them Adio Routine and Sovereign Hill. Happy Asset swept to the lead in the cup. Sovereign Hill gets out. Running on down the outside. Treuer Fluke. Happy Asset the leader. Treuer Fluke is rushing home on the outside. Then Anvil Vance. Treuer Fluke hit the lead from Sovereign Hill and Treuer Fluke's going to win the cup.
Treuer Fluke, it's no fluke. Treuer Fluke won it. Treuer Fluke has won the AG Hunter Cup, the members' race, and beaten Sovereign Hill. Third, Anvil Vance, and then Happy Asset.
The Grand Circuit continued with the Inter-Dominion Championship Series at the Royal Hobart Showgrounds in March, but we will cover that in more detail soon. The 1997-98 Australasian Grand Circuit concluded with a $150,000 Ben Hur at Harold Park on the first night of May. In a real family affair, Happy Asset, trained by Tim Butt and driven by his brother Anthony, caused something of a boil-over when he got up right on the line to beat the leader, Harley Hanover, and young Mr. Charles. Third, behind Kate's First and Brabham in the Auckland Cup earlier in the season, Happy Asset rated 2:1.2 for the 2160 metre trip.
Harley Hanover held back to the field, 3/4 in front of Denver Gift. Young Mr. Charles locked in behind the leader third, then Happy Asset. At it again, 3 back the fence. He comes out on Franco. Hattrick and Late Bid comes out within. The runs are coming a long way from home. Then talk about Charles. Anvil Vance is going between runners, and Brabham has now been eased back to the tail of the field. Up to the back now, and Harley Hanover shows the way. Happy Asset puts in his big sprint going into second. Young Mr. Charles waiting on a run. Denver Gift can't go on. Wider out on the track, Franco Hattrick making ground. Then came Late Bid. Talk about Charles at it again, and Brabham is still back at the tail of the field. Harley Hanover, Gas got him under a throttle hold. Harley shows the way from Happy Asset. Young Mr. Charles is off the fence. He's sprinting home quickly into the straight. Harley Hanover, Happy Asset. Young Mr. Charles is trying to bridge the gap. Happy's coming at Harley Hanover. Harley won't give in. Happy drives at him. Harley Hanover kicks, and I reckon he's got there. I'd say Harley Hanover a nose to Happy Asset. Great finish. Young Mr. Charles third, then Anvil.
Just as he had done 12 months earlier at Adelaide's Globe Derby Park, Brian Hancock dominated the Hobart Inter-Dominion Series in March. Hancock won 5 of the 9 qualifying heats, 2 each with Our Sir Vancelot and Quantum Lobel, and 1 heat behind the Justin Warwick-trained Ataturk. His effort in winning 5 heats of a series had been achieved only twice before in the long and prestigious history of the Inter-Dominion. Roy Berry won 5 heats of the 1938 Christchurch Series. Then South Australian reinsman Joe Webster equalled that feat during the 1970 series at the Royal Melbourne Showgrounds. Hancock went 1 better than Berry and Webster, however, reigning Our Sir Vancelot to an effortless win in the $400,000 grand final on the 21st of March to give him 6 wins for the series. Once again, Inter-Dominion and Grand Circuit champion, it was hardly a surprise when Our Sir Vancelot was later voted Australian Horse of the Year. The son of Vance Hanover won 11 of his 17 starts and banked a mammoth $863,504, taking a season's record of 155.5.
2 circuits left to go, the stablemates in front. Our Sir Vancelot, a metre to Quantum Lobel and Captain Rufus working overtime out 3 wide. Treuer Fluke is over on the fence behind the leader. Quantum Lobel is now 1 out 1 back as Captain Rufus goes to the breeze. Bradshaw 3 back on the inside of Sam Malone now with cover. Then Anvil Star racing outside Ataturk. They were followed by Anvil Vance. And Late Bidders last of all, a lap and a half left to go. And the defending champion, Our Sir Vancelot, by a length, the Captain Rufus. He's up on the breeze, racing second. Third is Treuer Fluke on the inside. Then Quantum Lobel, who's 1 out 1 back. The Hancock horses first and fourth. Bradshaw back along the inside, followed by Sam Malone. Then Ataturk, followed by Anvil Star. It's been shuffled back to third last. Here's Anvil Vance about to be popped the question 3 wide. And back on the inside is Late Bid. There's the bell. They've got just on 1 circuit left to go. Our Sir Vancelot by 2 metres to Captain Rufus. Treuer Fluke is still third, then Quantum Lobel. Sam Malone goes 3 wide. Bradshaw's in a sit faster over on the inside about 6, followed by Ataturk Late Bid. Anvil Star getting onto the back of Sam Malone. And Anvil Vance is last of all, 20 metres from the leader. And the leader is Our Sir Vancelot as they go down the back the last time from Captain Rufus. Treuer Fluke is travelling well, third on the inside. Bradshaw trying to get off the inside, making ground from Quantum Low Bell. Late Bid getting up along the fence, and further back then Ataturk. Sam Malone's had enough, and Anvil Vance is very wide, but our Sir Vanzalot, I think he's got them covered. Around the home turn, he zips about 4 metres to Treuer Fluke. Further back to Bradshaw. Late Bid getting up on the inside. Then Captain Rufus. But ladies and gentlemen, our Sir Vanzalot is going to absolutely brain them. Oh, the defending champion, an absolute champion. Our Sir Vanzalot beats Treuer Fluke and Late Bid. Then Ataturk followed by Bradshaw, Anvil Star. Further back in the field, Captain Rufus,
Because Tasmania does not cater for square gators, the 1998 Inter-Dominion Trotters Championship Series was conducted at Harold Park in May. After winning his 2 qualifying heats in impressive fashion, Buster Hanover completed a clean sweep of the series when he won the $125,000 grand final on the 22nd of May. In what many good judges described as the best race of the Harold Park Autumn Carnival, Buster Hanover overcame a 30-metre handicap and a torrid run from most of the marathon, 3,370-metre trip, to beat the 2 Victorians, Homer Hawk and Night Pistol. Buster Hanover provided his trainer Mark Purdon and driver Tony Herlihy with their 3rd success in an Inter-Dominion Trotters Grand Final, a record in each case. Purdon prepared Pride of Petite when she scored consecutive wins in Melbourne in 1996 and Adelaide in 1997, while Herlihy drove Diamond Field to victory at Harold Park in 1994 and Pride of Petite in Adelaide. Buster Hanover, which also won the Australasian Trotters Championship at Moonee Valley in February, won 5 of his 7 Australian starts for the season, earning just over $193,000.
Johnny, they go off the back straight now. They've got 2.5 laps to go, and the leader is Homer Hawk, 3 metres in front. Second is Noopy Kiosk and Bonspiel Chewy out 3 wide. Chris Alford refuses to hand the death seat up to Bonspiel Chewy. It's had a hard run. Buster Hanover's out 3 wide as Bonspiel Chewy drops into a 1-1 trail. National Interest on the leader's back, and Buster Hanover's parked 3 wide around Rosanna Hess, Fickle Friend, the Pegs. Then came our Rich Choice. On the outside, moving up now is Night Pistol. Over on the inside, Dawn Invasion. Then Pride of Petite between runners, Sparkling Eyes 3 wide, followed by Victory Lord and Springfield Johnny. Less than 2 laps to go. Lead time of 2 minutes 22.4 means nothing. The longest race ever at Harold Park we're watching. It's the Inter-Dominion Trotters Championship, and it's Homer Hawk 3 metres in front. Here's Buster Hanover now. He's quickly moving up the second. Noopy Kiosk with a trail now for the last 1,300. National Interest on the leader's back. 3 wide working around them. Night Pistol. Looks like Noopy Kiosk came out 3 wide. He's going roughly now. Then came Fickle Friend, followed by Bonspiel Chewy as Night Pistol goes up to join Homer Hawk now. The first quarter was 32 seconds, and it's Night Pistol on the outside of Homer Hawk. Buster Hanover, he's had a horribly hard run. He's 3rd now on the outside of National Interest. 3 wide as Sparkling Eyes, Noopy Kiosk the centre. Then came Fickle Friend. Now Little Pride of Petite, she's off 3 wide. She's got a trail now. She's the only back marker that's done little or no work, and she's starting to get carted up by Sparkling Eyes. The inside Dawn Invasion between runners, Bonspiel Chewy. 3 wide our Rich Choice, followed by Victory Lord, Rosanna Heston, Springfield Johnny. Next quarter 32.6, 64.6 the half, 6.50 to go, and it's Homer Hawk, one of the Victorians, from another one, Night Pistol, 3rd National Interest. Then came Buster Hanover, 3 wide Sparkling Eyes, Noopy Kiosk locked up the middle, the inside Fickle Friend, Pride of Petite. Here she goes now. She's off 4 wide. She might have something to offer. Chasing 3 straight Inter-Dominion titles, and look at her go at the 450. Homer Hawk in front of Night Pistol. Pride of Petite giving them 35 metres starters run to 3rd. Then National Interest, Buster Hanover still there. Noopy Kiosk between runners. Next quarter 32.6. On the turn Homer Hawk, Night Pistol. 3 wide is Pride of Petite. She's trying hard. The grandstand is lifting her. Here's Buster Hanover coming out 4 wide. Homer Hawk, Night Pistol, Pride of Petite on the outside. Buster Hanover's overhauling them. Homer Hawk on the outside. Buster Hanover, Night Pistol the centre. Buster Hanover wide out, put his head out, and he won the Sports Tonight Inter-Dominion Trotters Championship. Sensational run. He was 3 wide the first 2 laps, and he's won at Buster Hanover. From Homer Hawk, Night Pistol, Little Pride of Petite